The 2024 Toyota Compact Cruiser is the baby FJ EV you didn't know you wanted. Toyota's switch to EVs could be good news for off-road fans, especially if it leads to an all-electric version of the iconic FJ Cruiser. Let's see what it's got for the ones interested in buying it. Hello everyone, welcome back to EV Zone, where we bring you the most recent news about Toyota electrifying the baby Toyota FJ Cruiser. But before we begin, make sure you subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon so you don't miss any of our amazing videos. And let's begin. After focusing mostly on hydrogen and hybrid vehicles in the beginning, Toyota now seems to be shifting its focus gradually towards battery-powered electric vehicles. The new Toyota Compact Cruiser for 2024 is going to be one of the products that will help to anchor this directional adjustment. The Compact Cruiser is a diminutive electric off-roader that was constructed in the same manner as early 1990s classics, such as the Suzuki Samurai. It can be thought of as a sort of follow-up to the much-loved FJ Cruiser, which was discontinued in our market in 2014 but is still in production in the Middle East. This compact electric off-roader has 4 doors, plenty of ground clearance, tucked-away bumpers, all-terrain tires, and what appear to be strong skid plates, all of which ought to make it a hoot off-road. The Compact Cruiser will be included as one of the salvos that Toyota fires off in the battle to dominate the electric vehicle market, which it has pledged to do by announcing 10 new lines of electric vehicles by the year 2025. While models like the 2023 Toyota bZ4X appeal to Toyota's more conservative customers, the Compact Cruiser, shown here with images of the Toyota Compact Cruiser concept from earlier this year, aims to please Toyota's hardcore off-road fans by offering more traditional Land Cruiser styling in an efficient modern package. We don't have a ton of information on what lies behind the sheet metal of the Compact Cruiser, but we think it's a safe bet that we'll find Toyota's new eTNGA platform there. This platform also serves as the foundation for the bZ4X and the Subaru Solterra. We anticipate that the Compact Cruiser will be equipped with a dual-motor all-wheel drive system and somewhere in the neighborhood of 250 horsepower. If that is the case, you shouldn't expect it to be a range or charging champion because the more aerodynamic all-wheel drive bZ4X nets 222 miles of range in its least effective version and is among the slowest charging EVs on the market. What are the future plans for Toyota for electric vehicles? Toyota resisted the concept of electric vehicles for a full 2 decades. The largest and most lucrative automaker in the world asserted that its gasoline hybrid vehicles would be the most effective and reasonable solution to reduce emissions from vehicles. That is, until approximately the year 2030, when its hydrogen fuel cell automobiles will be ready for prime time. But what a difference a few years can make. Tesla, which has hundreds of thousands of loyal followers, millions of cars on the road, and is likely to become the first ground-up U.S. carmaker in almost 100 years to survive, was born and rose to prominence in California over the course of a few years. Granted, Toyota's decades-long bet on hybrid vehicles helped them become the industry leader, but that didn't do anything to make it a leader in the electric vehicle space, where it really lags behind the majority of other manufacturers. It is now necessary for it to aggressively play catch-up. Midway through the month of December, Akio Toyoda, the CEO of Toyota, outlined his company's new and extended intentions to increase the number of battery electric vehicles it manufactures. For the purpose of providing a summary, there were many promises of large amounts of production and money. During the 25-minute media briefing, Toyota stated that the company's goal is to produce 3.5 million battery electric vehicles annually by the year 2030, out of a total of 10 million vehicles sold by Toyota around the world. This goal will be accomplished by offering no less than 30 different Toyota and Lexus models in each and every market segment. In addition, he promised an astounding $70 billion to be put into the electrification of the economy. What does it all amount to? And how can we consider the promises made by Toyota in their proper context, particularly when viewed through the lens of a carmaker that appears to have been forced reluctantly toward the construction of battery electric cars in the first place? The amount of money that automobile manufacturers have committed to the development of electric vehicles over the course of the past 2 years continues to astound. In July, Stellantis organized an event called Electrification Day, perhaps inspired by Tesla's Battery Day, during which it declared that it will be investing $35 billion globally in EVs. This past autumn, General Motors and Ford engaged in a game of one-upmanship on which Detroit manufacturer would invest the most in electric vehicle battery and assembly plants located right here in the US. In addition, battery plants and dozens of entirely electric vehicle types have been launched around Europe, and this doesn't even take into account China, which aims to control the majority of the world's supply of electric vehicle batteries, just as it currently does with photovoltaic solar cells and small-format lithium-ion cells. It appears as though the number of automakers' global promises to develop electric vehicles grows longer every month. The following is our list of Nissan, Ford, Stellantis, GM, and Volkswagen. Then, Toyota said it would spend $70 billion, which is more than any other OEM. The announcement made waves in the business press, and some people saw it as Toyota admitting that EVs are the way of the future. But that number comes with a huge catch. It only applies to electrified vehicles, as do some of the other manufacturers' promises. Does the word electrification really mean what we believed? Electrification doesn't mean electric cars, despite what many news stories have said over the years. It means cars with electric motors somewhere on the drivetrain. Most of these cars will probably be the regular Toyota hybrids we've seen for 20 years or their plug-in hybrid versions. Still, Toyota has said that it will spend $35 billion just on battery electric cars. That is a big step up from what it had planned for EVs before, even if it only puts the company on par with GM. Both are still a long way behind VW Group, which has put more money into EVs than any other big maker and is therefore making the biggest and riskiest bet on its future. However, the pledge made by Toyota is noteworthy because the firm has been the largest car maker to battle what many people now consider to be an inevitable shift from internal combustion engines to battery-powered automobiles. It is finally a recognition that EVs are going to be a big part of most of its markets, at different rates, and that this will happen this decade. Toyota's talk was the latest in a series of plans to increase the number of EVs made over the next 6 years. It went over the same points that the company pushed hard when the 2022 Toyota BZ4X electric SUV made its US debut in November. It's hard to make everyone happy with one option, Toyota said, so the company plans to offer as many lower carbon choices as possible around the world. This means that hybrids should come first, followed by plug-in hybrids, then pure electric vehicles, and of course, hydrogen fuel cell vehicles. That makes sense. A car that doesn't require drivers to change their habits, like plugging in at night, may be easier to sell. And since a Toyota hybrid gets much better gas mileage than the same car with a regular engine, selling more hybrids will lower carbon emissions overall. But Toyota forgot to say that EVs not only have no emissions, but they also get cleaner over their lifetimes as their charging grids become less carbon intensive. This can happen by adding renewable energy or by replacing coal plants with new, more efficient natural gas plants. Toyota said that the company will focus on two technologies: carbon-reducing vehicles and carbon-neutral vehicles. Carbon-reducing vehicles are probably hybrids that use less CO2 per mile than gasoline cars. We hope Toyota will keep to its word for giving hope to its customers for electric vehicles with fewer carbon emissions. And that's it for today's video. We sincerely hope you enjoyed the video. If so, give it a like and share it with your friends and family. Let us know if you have any questions or comments in the section below. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to see more of our incredible videos. You can also watch our other videos that have been specially selected for you. Thank you so much for watching this video, and once again, please like, share, and subscribe. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.